Welling United manager Jamie Coyle after a disappointing 4-1 defeat at Chelmsford City. Jamie, we understand that our line-up was slightly different to what it was going to be, but due to a bit of illness with you before the game, we've had to change it.
Yeah, I didn't feel great in the warm-up. I felt really faint, so unfortunately I've had to take myself out of the team and change it at the start.
Did we, because we've obviously gone through at the back again, did we consider playing Sean rather than Connor as a centre-half?
Potentially, yeah, but I mean they're two boys up top are really quick, and I think Connor offers a little bit more pace as one of the wider free defenders, and obviously Parky's play sweeper and been successful winning leagues at this level, so it's the reason from behind it.
We'll have one more game on the system, we'll go on to the game. We played 4 at the back every away game this year, been unbeaten since the first game of the season. With you being injured, could we have played 4-4-2 today?
I don't think formation and tactics has got anything to do with today. There's too many players that have underperformed and offered disgraceful performances, I think, individually. And I'd like to take the opportunity to apologise to the fans that travelled today, because I've had to watch the same as what they've had to watch, and it's unacceptable. It really is. And we have to sit down, and we can't tolerate that level of performance today.
So we'd let a goal after 90 seconds, we've let another one after 6 minutes. When we've gone 1-0 down, was there a tendency, I know you just said it's nothing to do with tactics, but did you consider swapping it about?
No, like I say, I don't. It's nothing to do with the formation today. You've got players that are being carried and not performing, and they're not doing the basics like sticking with a man when you're man for man in midfield. The first goal was ridiculous. He has a touch out of his feet, has a look up from 20-25 yards, and we haven't got a player anywhere near him. And we're 3 for 3 in there. So we can break down each of the goals today, and they're embarrassing, absolutely embarrassing. But it's something I said to the boys in there. I think you look at teams like Chelmsford that are going to be there or thereabouts at the end of the season, and you can learn from them, because their midfield can have more than 2 touches in there, but they're experienced. They put it in good areas, and sooner or later it's going to get into our final third and cause problems. That's what happened today, and we didn't match them. It wasn't just the midfield areas, it was all over the park, but that's where the main battle was lost today, and that's where we've conceded, or that's where a lot of the goals have come from.
At 2-0 we're probably still in the game, 3-0 makes it hard.
Yeah, that's what we said. We were just try and stand the game. At 2-0, getting at half time, you can make some changes and potentially get back in the game, but the third one was, I think he skipped out 3 players, but you can't legislate for these individual performances. Individually and collectively today we were nowhere near it, and it was men against boys, and we have to learn from it quickly, because we're going to have a similar game against Dartford at Boxing Day and New Year's Day, where they're a well-oiled machine. They get the ball forward as quickly as they possibly can, and they battle in the midfield, and if we're not up to the battle like we weren't today, and we weren't making the right decisions, then we're going to have 2 tough more games coming up.
We did change it the second half. The reasons for that, was it just to keep it respectable, or try and work on Boxing Day?
Well, try and get some positives out of the game, and look at going back to 4-4-2 or 4-4-1-1 and see the difference, and ideally try and win the second half and come away with a little bit of credit. But we puffed in the second half, but again the goal that we've conceded is just you can't legislate for that. You really can't, and it's disappointing, and we really have to go back to the drawing board and look at individual players. We have to look at set-up, we have to look at making sure we're right for the next 2 games.
We didn't have Joe Healy today. Obviously a lot of people are aware of why we haven't, but can you explain it to the people that don't know?
He got sent off at Braintree, and he was trying to watch the game from the tunnel towards the end of the game, and a steward, there was a few words exchanged, was trying to stop him watching the game, and I think that's the reason. He's put a complaint in, the steward, and Joe's been suspended for 2 games with a fine, which is disappointing. It really is, but we have to deal with it.
Do we consider appealing?
I think you can, but the suspension will still stand, and there's a huge expense behind the appeal as well, which we can't afford, so we can't do it.
Moving on to an absolutely massive game between the 2 clubs, Welling and Dartford on Boxing Day. Will we be putting across to all the players just how much it does mean as a derby? You've played for both clubs, Jamie.
It's massive, and we've got to make sure that we're going to pick 11 players that are going to go out there and wear their heart on their sleeve, and they didn't do that today. And you know, we're going to have to get some men in the team, and it's going to be a real battle. Every time you play against Dartford, whether it's a derby or not a derby, you know exactly what they're going to offer. I've seen them 4 or 5 times this year, and if we're like we are today, it could have been 6 or 7 today. I thought we was lucky with the scoreline, to be honest with you. You know, we're going to be in for a real tough game, but we can't tolerate that today. We can't. It's not good enough. It's not good enough for the team. It's not good enough for the management team. It's not good enough for the fans and the club, and it won't be accepted.
Will anything be said behind closed doors about the officials on Boxing Day, or is there anything that you think needs to be said, or is it just another game? And
well, yeah, I'm surprised with the selection of referee after what's happened so far this year, but it's we've got to concentrate on making sure that we do our jobs and try and take it out of the officials' hands. You hope, but yeah, it's been a real surprise with the selection of the man in the middle for the Dartford game. But it is what it is, and we have to deal with it. And we've got to not rely and talk about officials. We've got to make sure we do our jobs and get a positive result at Dartford.
It's going to be a big crowd. It's going to be a massive occasion for everybody. Some of our players won't have played in a game that big, so it really is something to look forward to for everybody.
It is, and we have to put a performance on for the fans that have travelled today, paid their hard-earned cash again, and seen what we've served up. It's just unacceptable. You know, we'll be making sure that the 11 players out there are fully aware of the importance of the game. Not only that it's Dartford, that we need a response after today.
Do you see yourself as a possibility to come back in?
Potentially, yeah. Hopefully, I'm feeling a lot better. I've got to look at it. We've got to have a chat as a management team, because it's not only one change. I think we need a few changes after today. But again, we reflect and have a chat about what went on today and go from there.
You brought Elliot remaining to the club. Comments on what he will bring to us and how you thought he played today?
Well, he offers something slightly different. He works really hard, and he plays off the shoulder, and you know, I've played against him a number of times, and he's a real handful, so he's something different than what we've got, and hopefully, you know, he had a few goals to us as well. He worked really hard today, and you can see he's a little bit rusty and needs games, and hopefully with another 2 or 3 games under his belt, he'll start firing.
But Jamie, after the result and after the way you feel, thanks for coming to talk to us. Have a Merry Christmas for your family, and we'll see you Boxing Day.
Thank you.